Brilliant.
Let's see. Can I see us? Yeah, I'm sure I can because it's KFAN.com/watch brought to us by a friend at Quantum Fiber. Check us out now.
Hi, Parker Fox. How are you?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Parker, Ben, Parker.
What's up, man?
Hey there, Ben.
What's happening?
Oh, it's just another day in paradise.
Is it?
Yeah, something like that.
Good for you,
Perfect
buddy.
outside,
Yeah.
man.
It is
Beautiful
perfect.
day.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's going to be hot again later, but today and this weekend, absolutely perfect.
How's your online classes going?
Good. Started class on Tuesday and off to a good start.
What have you learned about
Zen
Tibetan
Buddhist
medicine or
meditation?
whatever?
Just getting started off on the Tibetan medicine class.
Tibetan
Actually, kind of
medicine.
interesting so
I
far.
bet, yeah.
Oh, I bet you it's super interesting.
I'm going to learn a few things or two, and then taking a yoga class, and then therapeutic landscape. So yeah, I'm excited to
Your
attack the
locker is
day.
going to look like Serrano's in
Oh, yeah.
Major League. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
God, what a great bit.
It is
That's a great
bit.
Oh, so good.
It is a great bit.
You're gonna have like
Yes,
little
perhaps.
incense smoking around. You're gonna have
Go there.
a garter snake on your hand doing some sort of Tibetan
Get him a bucket
ritual.
of chicken.
So good. God,
So
we should have
good,
got
dude.
the whole chicken.
So good. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm going to be in Zen mode all year. It's nothing gonna.
You're like the
deter
one
me.
guy who used to coach the Lakers who liked triangles.
Oh yeah, Phil Jackson.
That's him.
Yeah, he did like triangles.
Like trying.
You did, right? You're the triangle guy.
Yeah, he had triangle offense going.
Thank you.
Can
I
you
know a little bit of stuff.
Can you explain the triangle offense?
I don't really. I'm not a
Sauce
fan
can.
of that
Sauce,
shape.
we do it.
The triangle offense is that all three guys are all moving at the same time and they move the ball they move as a triangle.
Is that right?
I think it's close.
It's pretty dang good.
Is it really?
That they move as one.
Yeah.
And the ball just has to go around the bit.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's a pretty good way to explain it, actually.
Yeah, because he explains it in that
winning time or whatever.
the bit that they did during COVID that they released with the Michael Jordan bit.
The Last Dance.
Oh, the Last Dance.
He
Yeah.
explained it in that. I mean, he explained it way better than I did.
Yeah, but you did a good job
That's-
too.
Yeah.
It's just you got to put the ball in the hoop.
Yep.
Yeah, find out a
Very
way to do
simple
that.
game.
Yeah, simple game.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Parker.
I like being on the spot.
I know you do.
Whoa.
Hey.
And Ben, I guess maybe you probably know more about this. Somebody mentioned. Oh no, I'm sorry. I listened to Mace with Barrero yesterday, and he mentioned that he had heard that there are football players who are working into their NIL deal, private jets to games. Have you heard anything that
I've not
drastic?
heard that.
I heard that couple high level quarterbacks. I think Carson Beck, the Georgia quarterback, signed an NIL deal with a private jet company or charter line or something like that. Now I don't know if that means he's flying private by himself.
I think,
for
it's,
football
I think
games.
it's the families.
Okay, got it. Okay.
If this is a private jet bit, I have heard that they work into their deals. They get a certain number of seats on a private jet for their families to get from. And I don't think, at least the story that I heard, as long as the family like gets to a certain location. Like, I don't think the private jet will just pick you up in some random town in Alabama and fly you to wherever. Like,
Okay.
if you get to Baton Rouge, then yes, like LSU will have a private jet that takes you to the away game.
Air Star Elite is the name of the company.
Pretty cool little commercial they did too. It's like, I mean, NIL's a thing and it's here, and now you're doing it with a private jet company as a college student. That's pretty.
So which private jet company do you have a deal with? Or?
I'm waiting. Yeah, whoever's listening
you
right
talked to?
now.
You're just getting offers right now.
I'm feeling the offer. Is good to see what, I think they kind of only fly to St. Paul, which is perfect for me, having a place in St. Paul. So, yeah.
Does it
Hit me
feel
up.
like
Too good to be true.
Does it feel as much like the Wild West to you guys as it does to me?
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
That the people are just figuring out the limits, and there may not be any.
There is none. That's the thing. And now, especially with, you can just transfer anytime you want to transfer.
Right.
And each year, and you can go to 4 different schools in 4 years and make $1 million and then $1.5 million and then $2 million. Like, some of the deals these guys are signing are just like.
So I think we talked about this, though, last season with you, that there were a couple of guys in the Gophers that you guys knew were in trouble. They're probably going to leave, right?
Oh, yeah.
But how hard is that if you're on a team and you already know you got a couple of guys with the foot out the door?
Well, yeah, it's super tough because it's like, to win meaningful games, you have to have everybody bought in. Like, you guys know it. You see it through the sports we all watch and love. And it's like, you have to have everybody on the same page. And the moment you lose that, it becomes really difficult because yeah, the X's and O's can be good, but if you don't have that locker room together, it's terrible. But the one nice thing for us is we did have a locker room together, but it was just like, it came to the end of the day where we just couldn't, provide the money that they were going to get. And, they got to make a decision for
It's hard
themselves
to
and their
judge.
family. And it's super tough.
Correct.
And I'm not the one, I can't sit here and judge and hate anybody for it. Like, everybody has their own reasons for doing what they do. And, at the end of the day, like, you spend so much time with each other, like, you love those guys and you hope them the best and you wish them the best. Like, I hope they all go on and have awesome years and make all the money they could possibly make. But yeah,
and that's, I think that's what a lot of us forget. And I'm guilty of this as well, is if you are Carson Beck, right? If you're somebody that's going to the NFL eventually, you're going to make millions of dollars. You're going to make the money. So you can look at some of the top flight guys and go, is it really worth jumping from school to school to school? You're going to get the money, but what is it, like 3% of college athletes make the pros or something? It's like a crazy
Very
small,
low,
right?
yeah.
So almost everybody that's getting NIL money, that's the most money they're ever going to make playing sports. So if you're going to make $30,000 at the University of Minnesota, but some other school is going to pay you $225,000. How can you say no to something like $250,000 when that's the most you're ever going to make playing sports? So, like, I get it. It sucks.
Yeah.
But like you said, you got to do what's best for you and your family, because this is your
Division I
small window.
In Division I FBS right now, there are a total of 16,671 football players. How many of those are going to play in the NFL? Right?
What gets drafted? 220-ish, 240-ish, something
Right,
like that.
yeah.
And obviously not all those make it. So
Right.
you're talking
So
a couple hundred a year make it.
And I'm not saying all 16,000 are going to be making NIL money, but the giant majority of them are not going to play in the NFL, so they better make money while they can. Ben, what do you think, man?
I see both sides of it. I've said all along, and this is still the stance I will take, is that I think that college athletes, I think the revenue generating athletes should be paid. And I know that seems unfair, but look, if you're the sport that's making the money for the university, then you should make the money. I think that there should be, fair, like, revenue sharing within it. But as far as actually getting paid by the players getting paid, only the revenue generating sports should get paid. That being said, it should be in an escrow account. They shouldn't have access to it all 100%. If the number is 25%, fine, it's 25%. If you're going to pay out each kid, $5,000 or $10,000, well, 25% of that is cash in pocket. You get into your, your checking account, whatever you want. The other 75% should be in an escrow account when your eligibility is over, or you decide to transfer, or you decide your college career is over. Whenever that is, that's when you get that money. This whole thing about giving these young kids hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, I just don't think it's a very smart move. Going forward for them in their own personal lives, I don't think it sets a really good precedence. I just think that somehow, some way, everybody says, like, well, we can't do anything now. Like, we can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. I'm like, sure you can.
Yeah.
Why are you giving up?
definition,
Like,
you can. Yeah.
you absolutely can make more rules. Hell, our federal government does it all the time. You can change the rules.
Well, they changed the rules to create it.
Yes, you can make guardrails.
Right.
So I know it's going to be sloppy and messy, and it's not going to work out in year one. But having some rules is better than having no rules.
Well, and I don't mean to interrupt and continue to belabor this, but do you believe it would be fair and possible, and both of you guys and all of you guys in there, to put some sort of, I hate to use the word contract, but where you have to stay to school X amount of years if you sign a deal?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that would help, wouldn't
Yes.
it?
It would,
that
but
would help you.
You got to figure out a way to make that work, right? Because if it's just the collective, forming a contract that says, here, sign this 3-year deal, that's separate from your actual letter of intent, right? So that's just you signing with the collective versus, hey, the year's over. I don't know if I want to continue that 3-year contract because I don't have to, because it's not written into my actual contract as an athlete. So they got to find a way to kind of bridge the gap between those two. But revenue sharing is coming next year. So I think that'll help out a
Do you know
lot
how
as
that's
well.
going to work?
I don't know it specifically. You probably know more about revenue sharing than I even know, but I just know that it is becoming a thing next year.
Even if a contract thing ends up being an option down the road, I would still say the top flight guys would never sign more than 1 year. deals.
I don't think so.
Because you would never want to give up the leverage to keep jumping and keep laddering up.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yeah, if you're that top 1%, why sign a 3-year deal when it's just, you're putting yourself in jail versus having that freedom each year to do whatever.
I think 2 would be good, though, right?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
And I think basketball and football, and we're really only talking about basketball and football when it comes to this, elite stuff. But I think, they're so different because football still has that aspect of like you got to work your way up, and the 4th year, 5th year starting quarterback and all those big universities. You don't see as many like these young guys coming in. Yeah, Tennessee has one, Florida's starting one this week. There's a couple, but basketball, you have these 5 stars come in all the time and average 25 points and go to the league after a year. So it's like you got to pay that guy a lot of money to
Immediately, right off the bat,
right as a 17-year-old kid.
So I know that this is coming from a dad's perspective, and look, this wasn't my lot in life in college, so I know that it's how some people are going to take this, but I do think that we need to get back to some rules with the transfer portal that unless your coach leaves, if your head coach or even if your position coach leaves, I'll even grant some leniency there. If your position coach or coordinator or head coach leaves, that's when you should be like, okay, I'm a free agent. I want to go someplace else because this is the guy that recruited me. This is the system I was going to play in. This is how it's going to be best used for my best abilities. Outside of that, I don't think you should be allowed to transfer at all.
I don't think that point's wrong. I just think that cat's out of the bag. I think
get
that's
that,
where we're never going back to that.
I don't see. That's where I disagree. I don't see why we can't make rules that say, hey, guys, guess what? Coming up in 3 years, I don't say you have to make this change this spring and say we're going to implement it this spring. Say, like, in 3 years, this is the way it's going to be.
But I don't think we're ever going back to that because it still is giving the coaches the option to leave, but not giving the players the option to leave. The point is we're all, technically then, they're all adults. And if the coaches get to leave, why shouldn't the players get to leave, right? That's what the players are always going to fight for is,
correct.
Why do I have to wait for my coach to leave if I hate this place?
I guess that's what I'm saying is that, well, the coach, if the coach leaves, then it opens the door for anybody on the team to leave.
Yeah,
I'm for that. I'm fine with that. But if you get recruited and you make a decision as an 18-year-old adult, you make a decision. You got to put your big boy pants on. This is real life.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is from your perspective as a parent, like you're seeing it as like, hey, don't make this mistake. Because I've seen it in my own shoes. I've seen guys make the mistake, and now you're at a school you don't want to be at, in a system you don't want to be under, when you had it pretty good before, but you think there's greener grass out there, and you know it. There's not a lot
I just
of
think that, like, what are we teaching at least the student athletes? And I know and again, that is a small percentage of 18 to 22-year-olds. What are we teaching these student athletes? That if life gives you a little adversity, then you just transfer and you move? Like, what is that teaching you? That teaches you nothing.
It's true.
That's a very good
so
point.
it's like, they don't like me here, or I didn't perform well. It's like, well, then you take personal accountability and you get better and you try to scrap and claw to make the starting rotation or get more playing time or whatever it is. There's a bigger life lesson there. To your point, only 3% of these college athletes will ever play professional sports.
Right.
So shouldn't the other 97% be looking at this as like, this is a great opportunity for me to grow as a person? And it might suck and I might hate it, but good God, man, we're raising a bunch of just bitchy little kids.
I don't disagree with that. So I think the problem is, though, conceptually versus like the legality of the freedom of opportunity, right? I think everybody agrees what you just said is probably, from a parent's perspective, the right answer.
For sure.
Make the right choice. Live the choice that you make. You got to own up to it. But legally, I think everybody's going to argue, why am I locked into something if everybody else can leave? But
you're not locked in if your coach leaves.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's fair.
I'm not saying it's not fair. I'm just saying I think the whole reason we're here is because the players thought they were getting taken advantage of because they were stuck in schools. They weren't getting paid to do things that everybody's making hundreds of millions of dollars off of.
The money things, put the money thing aside. Let's just say that they adopt what I was proposing, where everybody makes money. You get 25%, you get the rest in escrow. Some players are going to make more than others because there should be jersey sales. And like, listen, I understand. Johnny Manziel should have had a few $1 million in an escrow account when he got done, just by A&M making money off his name and likeness.
For sure.
So I 100%, I 100% agree with that. So I'm not saying that the money thing shouldn't happen. The money thing should still happen. They should still make money. But as far as like the transferring, like, I face a little hardship here. I just want to move, and I want to
agree,
leave.
but I still don't understand why that wouldn't be their choice. And here's why I even go back. I'm with you on the idea of the escrow account, but I still fight for if a kid wants to blow all of their money and it's their fault that they graduate from college and all their NIL money is gone because they blew it because they're an idiot. Personal responsibility, personal choice, just like being a gambler or being bad at the stock market or taking
working at the factory and getting $20 an hour and blowing all your money.
Right, you're making your choice. So
yeah,
I agree. The right thing is for a lot of people to say, let's spend 25% and have fun and save the other 75 and see where I'm at when I'm done with college. I still think they should get all of it, and if they want to save it and do it like Gronk from day one, right, has spent just his endorsement money, right, banked all of his NFL money, correct? Good for him. He should get credit for being a smart investor and saving well. If you want to go Adrian Peterson and have a billion kids and spend all of your money and gamble it all away, and now you're broke after you made $100 million, that's your fault. Right? I feel the same way about college kids. If Parker is going to be responsible with his money, awesome. Awesome. Congratulations to Parker.
He bought us all cars.
100%. But if he wanted to blow it all and get out of school broke, that's his choice.
I suppose, and I think that we are... Once you turn 18, you're technically you are an adult. You're allowed to make adult decisions and all this other stuff. I still think from 18 to 22, it is a little irresponsible to think that these kids have it all figured out. And I think that as parents and as higher educational institutions, you're there to teach kids about life. And I think that is a really, really hard lesson to learn at 18, 19 years old, to get all this money and to blow it and be like, well, sorry, you just learned a lesson. That's going to be a valuable. It's like, that is true. That is a valuable lesson. But why wouldn't we at least help them set themselves up to be more responsible adults? So then down the line, they can raise more responsible children.
I was about to say, let's make sure they're getting educated on how to save, but that's a dumb thing to say to an 18-year-old. So I think it's an interesting argument. But I know what you're saying.
It's all like the whole idea of college is education.
I agreed. I know. I'm just saying at 18, if you had told me, I didn't hear anything. You know what I mean? But your point is valid. I like both the arguments. I do want to point this out, though. You guys mentioned revenue sharing a few moments ago. Going back to that. That's completely separate than the NIL. Do you know that?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
It's completely separate. So this would be, am I right, Max? You read the same thing, correct?
Yeah, it says that it would allow schools to direct up to 22% of their school annual revenue to the athletes, which would be about $21 million a year and would keep going up. So that's coming directly out of the school's revenue.
TV deals and such like that.
Yeah,
so it
TV
seems like that would be spread pretty evenly amongst the players. It wouldn't be based just, am I right about that?
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
So,
if that's the case then, Parker, do you want to fake an injury and come back when this revenue sharing kicks in?
What is 21 million get divided by?
Right.
How do we do that math? I don't know. I don't know if a ninth year is in the cards, but no, I think that will help because now it's, do we still see the same high numbers of NIL? Maybe for some of the elite schools, like, the Ohio State football program spent all this money and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know where I get hurt the most is like Ben said, adversity hits, things aren't going your way, so you decide to jump ship. And now some guys are getting more money than they would have made if they would have stayed and fought through the adversity, So it's like you're teaching the bad lesson and you're rewarding it with more money. Like that's where it's like, I don't know, that doesn't add up in my head.
It's being focused in. There's no doubt. There's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to be done.
That's our spiel.
And I heard Mace again last night talking about, and I think he may have misspoke or I could have definitely misheard him, but it almost sounded like he was complaining because the NIL was leveling the playing field between the schools, and like he was mentioning, Ohio State used to they'd be better than everybody else because they could recruit because they were Ohio State, and now the NIL makes it possible for other schools to bring in top players just by giving them money to do it. And I thought, well, good. I mean, but I think I may have misunderstood.
Haven't they already figured out that that's kind of not even the case, though? That now the bigger schools that have all the money are just getting more of the best stars, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's harder. How I would think about it.
I would argue it the other way, that it's harder for the schools like Minnesota to get a quarterback now than it might have been before.
What Barrero said is it's basically you're going to have divisions where, like, and forgive me for being like, where Minnesota's not even going to matter.
Right.
Because
they don't have the money.
They won't have the money to matter. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's going on? Is he? Hello?
He's dying.
Oh.
All right, Pete.
I had a point to make, and the Lord was like, "No, your point's stupid.
please.
Don't say anything."
We've had a good discussion. Don't ruin it.
All right, headlines when we come back. Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Final segment, Power Trip Morning Show. Zach, are you over there?
Yes, sir.
Got anything for me? You good?
Just Quantum Fiber, Your World Unleashed.
Damn right.
KFAN.com/watch. Our
Damn
hour
right.
continues.
Damn right. I watched the Sign Stealer thing, Ben, on Netflix,
Yeah.
about Michigan football.
Yep.
Pretty much a worthless documentary, to be completely honest.
Is it
with you.
really?
Yeah, I didn't really.
How?
Hi. I just did. I felt like they rushed it because, this just happened. Like, it's kind of still happening. So there wasn't really any resolution to it. But there was one part that I got to know more about. And that is Connor Stallion's attorney, a guy by the name of Brad Beckworth. I got to find out more about this guy because at one point he looks in the camera and says, "I hate the NCAA." But he also sued Big Pharma. And like, this guy seems fascinating. I want to find out more about him. So
Interesting.
yeah, Brad Beckworth is his name. Beckworth sounds like an
That's a
attorney
terrible
who
name.
he used Who Wants to Be a Millionaire to win a trial against opioid producers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in court he used like biddly diddly ba ba boom. Yeah.
What, do you use the Chewbacca defense?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Anyway, there you go.
You guys get that reference? Sauce,
No,
you get
I don't
that.
get that.
Stuff from
Sauce, you
South
get
Park,
that.
right?
South Park, exactly.
Yeah. The Bradley Beckworth's closing game show helped him win a $572 million judgment in opioid case.
Yeah, yeah. In his closing arguments, he's actually using a screen and diddly biddly diddly boom. You can see it on YouTube.
It's clever.
My kind of lawyer, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All
Yeah.
right.
Now it's time for headlines.
Headlines brought to you by my friends at Wolf River Electric. Go solar. Get some solar panels put on. Wolf River
come on, Parker, what are you doing?
Electric.
Your Honor, the initials are NG.
Oh, brilliant. That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Took me like 15 seconds, but I got it. That's
Okay.
funny.
He said it 3 seconds ago.
It took me a while to get it.
Yeah, are we on delay?
He was still trying to get it as he was explaining that he's got it. Right? That the
Really?
Yes.
Took me 6 minutes to get it, but I got it. Sauce, you're having a baby, or I should say, Kel
looks
is
like it.
about to.
Oh, you don't. You're skinny. You look great. I'm sorry.
I do not. I look
do.
like hell.
But your lovely wife is due in January.
Yes.
9% of moms regret the name they gave their child. 9%.
Ooh, they can change it.
You can.
You do have probably a little bit of time, when they're young, like baby babies, if you don't like it.
Tank Dell said he's changing his name to Tank from Nathaniel. Fun fact of the day.
Tank.
That's a
a
cool
sweet
name, man. You got to be cool to do that.
Yeah, go with Tank.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
If you had to say one or the other, who likes the name you're about to give your son more, you or your wife?
I don't. That's a really good question.
Oh, well done, Corey.
Thank you.
I think we both really, really, really like it. I would say she likes it 51% to my 49%.
That's fair. She is carrying the baby.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Is it Hagar?
Damn it.
You
Did I
love
guess it
comic
right?
strips.
You do.
Yeah, no, it should be. I mean, my parents
You
should have
love
called me
underwear.
Hagar. You, what?
You're more of a Hodor, which is a reference you don't understand.
No, I know.
See, I get that one.
Yeah, I get that one. Yeah.
Rosie thinks it's a basketball player.
I get it. It took me 15 seconds, Zach, but I got it.
I don't get it.
It took me a couple days.
Because it was a Game of Thrones reference. And remember, I named all the dragons for the French bench. And Rosie said he watched the whole game and he didn't catch that I just named dragons.
I've got a French bench in my basement.
Oh, sometimes you guys turn your jokes onto all Madden, and that's above me.
You'll get it. It'll just take you like another 15 seconds.
Oh, I get it. That was a video game reference.
Yeah.
Read your headlines. Headline away.
Come on, sports boy.
You're a sports boy. I'm headline boy. Sauce, this sounds like something you would do.
Oh, come on.
Lamborghini is releasing its first baby stroller.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no. No, I already got my stroller.
Oh.
It's going to be extremely limited.
Strolling around.
The website says it's for parents and or babies who want to discover the, quote, exhilarating fusion of luxury fabric and precision engineering.
Yeah, no.
That sounds like something you'd want to do.
Yeah, but if I needed to borrow a Lamborghini, I'd just call my buddy.
There's a stroller, though.
I was I know, but I'm just
Why can't you put Hagar in a Lamborghini stroller?
Hagar genius. I might ask her if we name him that. Hagar would be great.
Don't name him Connor.
So how do you think that they tested that premium leather? They just have like a whole bunch of babies that puke on it and just crap their pants on it? Because that's what happens in strollers, everybody.
No.
Why I got an email saying, come on over.
There's that. I haven't seen an episode of this show, but everybody seems to like it. Only Murders in the Building has been renewed for a 5th season.
People love that show, man.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it
I
either.
watched the first couple episodes.
Rave reviews.
You moved on?
Yeah, I did. I don't know.
Isn't that the show that Muss hated?
Muss hates everything.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah, he
it's
doesn't
like-
like a lot of shows.
Yeah.
He likes beer.
How about your TV list? How about that episode?
Forks.
Oh, no.
You talking about the bear?
The Last of Us, the 3rd episode.
Oh,
with
my
man.
God.
That made the list, and of
My
course,
God.
they said it was like the worst
It's
episode of
so
all time.
good. That's
right.
one of the best TV episodes. That should be in the top
I thought you were
10.
talking about Forks from the Bear, which made the
also
list, and of course,
A+.
Dave Schwartz hates that.
Oh,
That one of the final episodes of The
he'd get
Americans
chlamydia.
was what, 20th? I'm sure they both hate that.
Anybody can, Paul.
yeah, good point. You have it.
How dare you?
For those of you that have not seen the list, Sauce, I know you've looked through
Didn't
it.
you?
Did you look through the list, Chris, or not?
No, I did
Okay,
not
good.
yet.
So, number 5 on the Rolling
Tell
Stone
everybody what-
list.
okay, yeah.
Rolling Stone list of the 100 greatest TV episodes of all time. Number 5 is an episode of Seinfeld.
Soup Nazi?
Good guess, but incorrect.
The spit, the one,
Oh, Back and to the Left
Nope.
with Keith Hernandez?
that's really good, man.
That's good too.
What's the first one? See, to me, this is the first episode I think of, which is why I think it's the right answer. It's the one. This is the one.
Oh, why am I? It's probably obvious, and I'm not.
As soon as I say it, you're going to
it's
kick
gonna be
yourself.
obvious.
The baseball one?
It's the contest where they see who can go to the longest.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
According to this story, Larry David was willing to, he was so adamant that this is a home run that an NBC wasn't sure if they should do it because it's about who can go the longest without you know what. And Larry was willing to walk if they wouldn't let him do it.
Oh, I did not know
It
that.
was like season 5, and he's like, this is the one. If you're not letting me do this, then what's the point of even continuing doing this show?
Good for him.
Can I make
God,
my
it's
take
such a
that I
good
made
episode.
off the air?
Go ahead.
This is a very good list. There have been some really good TV shows. You can have a top 100 TV show list that includes an episode of Broad City.
What's wrong with
No,
Broad
Broad
City?
City's pretty funny, man.
pretty good,
It's
man.
pretty funny.
I mean,
Have you
there-
seen it?
No. But I'm just, but
It's
but
really
I'm being
funny.
like,
Why? By title alone, you don't like
Okay,
it?
2 things. Number 1, Alan Sepinwall did this entire list. So this is really a one-man list. It's not Rolling Stone collectively. So he's a well-respected TV journalist.
Sure.
So it's still ultimately one man's opinion. So he might like Broad City more than you, but you haven't seen it.
no, but like,
But what if that episode's unbelievable?
yeah, but there's so much more better TV.
How do you know you haven't seen it?
That doesn't
More better?
matter.
Is it more better?
It's
What
more
if,
better.
what if that episode is nonstop comedy? What is it, a 30-minute episode?
No idea.
What if it's unbelievable?
I'm just saying.
It's one of the more
You half
notable
agreed with me
comedies.
off the air. You kind of agreed with me off the air.
No, I've never seen it, though.
Oh,
I'm
well,
just,
kiss a hot dog.
Well, he won that argument.
But like,
Got you.
the
Box.
one thing I love about this list is a Simpsons episode is, I think, 3.
number 2, I think.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad is number
Yeah,
1.
which is great.
Which one? The last one?
What is it? Second to last or third to last? It's right at the end, but not the last one.
I
So
am,
it's
I'm
the
the one who knocks.
it's the one.
I think it's the one where Hank dies. I think.
my.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Too bad. It was like
is that
14
one.
years ago.
Yeah.
What Simpsons episode?
It's the
Monorail?
The monorail one?
No,
From that season, though,
last
I
exit
think.
to Springfield.
'Cause they
is
do,
that the monorail?
They
one?
do reference that Conan was part of the writing staff on the episode that made the list.
Is that the? Hold on, let me read here. Let's make
By the way, for you Succession fans, Ben, you like Succession.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Connor's Wedding, which was some of the best acting of all time, is like number 13 or 14.
Is it really?
I don't want to give the spoiler because that show just ended a year ago, but there's a major reason why that episode was unbelievable. It was fantastic. Right? It was unbelievably good.
Severance?
Severance is the final episode was 60 something on this list.
God, I can't
Justifiable.
wait to see the next season. I can't wait to see the next season.
How I Met Your Mother.
There is an episode of that.
No.
I think there is one if I remember
That's
right.
a good show.
No.
Am I imagining that, Sauce, or not?
I think you might be right.
I saw that name once. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Was Weezer last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought I saw 10 to be. Yeah.
he was there.
Weezer is going to release a 30th anniversary version of the Blue Album with 36 unreleased tracks. What?
What?
All from the Blue Album era or just unreleased tracks in the last 30 years? Because if it's 36 from the Blue Album era, that if they would truly cut 36 songs, I guess I would be curious.
62 was the Severance thing.
What do you say?
62.
Ben, you got to go.
Bye, Ben.
Bye, guys.
Ben,
Love
I'll
you.
see you on the plane, brother.
I'll see you
Can't wait.
on the plane.
Love you,
Cannot
Ben.
wait. Vikes at Giants. Vikings win
Let's
this
go.
one. They'll start the season 1-0. Sam Darnold.
You're feeling good about Sam, aren't you?
I am feeling good about Sam. I think I'm going to say a little conservative here. I think he throws 2 touchdowns, but more importantly, he has no turnovers and he plays clean. So 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, and we win this game. And we'll be talking good things on Monday, you guys.
Good to know.
All
Let's
right.
hope.
Thanks, buddy.
Love you guys. Bye.
See you, buddy.
Ben Leber, 3 to 4:30 every day on Twin Cities Live with National Treasurer Elizabeth Reese.
She really is. He's pretty good, too, but
They're both super good.
she's great.
Yep. Elizabeth has one of the all-time smiles, too. You got to have a good smile to be on TV, and then freaking Ben and Elizabeth are both like, freaking jokers over
Every
here.
time you watch that show, do you say to yourself, I can't believe they chose Ben over hockey?
I do every time. And I cry.
I've thought that less than once.
Yeah, I've never thought it. Ever one time.
You mentioned this earlier, but it's National Cheese Pizza Day.
Oh, yeah.
Does
Come on,
every
Parker.
topping of pizza have its own day? Today's just cheese pizza
Yeah,
day?
cheese pizza whales.
Huck, are you picking cheese pizzas? Is this like something like you're going to pick it over other pizzas?
No.
Okay,
No,
I just
no.
want to make sure.
No,
There's got to be something wrong with you if you're just picking
I am.
cheese over.
I did the other day.
Good cheese pizza's elite.
California Pizza Kitchen.
Okay, that's probably pretty good. I don't.
Good cheese pizza's elite.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
versus
yeah.
like a pepperoni, like a hot honey pepperoni, and with some
That's pretty
jalapenos.
good. You don't, yeah.
You know, like picking that every day of the
Good
week.
cheese pizza with like 3 or 4 different cheeses on it.
The 4 cheese
10
blend.
out of 10.
Yeah, the 4 cheese blend.
And then
meat
any-
lovers.
Creep up on you.
Any pizza 7th Avenue pizza makes A+.
Yeah.
Hey, we tried this about a month ago, and we should really go back to the well more often. Let's try this. Sauce, I'm going to read a story, a headline, and I want your best guess before everybody else chimes in. I want you to try to solve this mystery and just break it down, verbalize your logic, what you're thinking. Walk us through what you think happened, okay?
The horse's name was Friday.
Yeah, brilliant.
Police in Michigan are trying to figure out why an open casket was found displayed at a park. Here with his best guess on why an open casket was found displayed at a park is the fan Sauce.
Okay, there was an open casket at a park, and you want me...
What's going on here? What happened, Paul?
Process of elimination.
Yeah, what happened? I don't have an answer. I just want to know your thought process. What's going on here?
Did somebody dig up a body? Is it like a senior prank? Did somebody think
I knew
like...
him.
Brilliant. Did somebody think like... I lost in kickball and I'm going to kill somebody, so I'm going to put a coffin just to show my domination? Did somebody a coffin salesperson and left it?
Did somebody
take it for a
coffin
walk?
salesperson?
All of those are
Is Dracula real?
terrible. Andrew.
He's got to be getting warmer, right?
Anybody have? I don't have the answer.
I don't
Anybody have any
know.
I would
questions?
guess it's probably. I have a question for you. Could it be Halloween related?
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, did somebody steal that out of Hawk's yard?
Why is it in my
Can I
yard?
ask you a
Because you
couple of
love
questions
Halloween
about some of
stuff.
your theories? So this kickball game that went south.
Oh man, that happens a lot.
So it happened in the park where this coffin.
Yeah,
So the game ends. Somebody dominated,
and
then they left a coffin to show how much they dominated.
Yeah, and they said, "Listen,
I'm going to kill you."
They said, "Snitches get stitches. That's where you belong, mother effer."
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 birds, and then rolled that thing out there.
Okay, the one you said there was like
It's
an
in their
Italian. You said a coffin salesman.
Yeah.
They left it in the park open.
Hey,
and that's going to generate sales.
Sometimes you forget stuff in weird places. Is there an answer?
No, I
Coffin
asked
sales.
6 times. There's no answer.
Yeah, that
I don't
coffin
know.
salesman needs a lozenge.
Oh, brilliant.
McDonald's is introducing a new mini McFlurry with a new cardboard cup to reduce waste. So finally, there's a couple of size options, which I've never understood. There's got to be a reason. McDonald's is smarter than me. So a mini McFlurry with a new cardboard cup. Shout out to McDonald's because I don't mind a McFlurry, but I think the complaint that McFlurries always get, got to put more stuff in there.
That's any
It's
of those treats.
97% ice cream. It's got to be 50% Oreos, 50% ice
Same
cream.
thing
Let's
with
go.
Dairy Queen.
Or shake it up.
They're like $6 for a small Blizzard, and it's 4 pieces of candy. It's got to be loaded with candy.
That's baloney.
Thanks, man.
A 50-year-old dude in New Jersey got into a fight with his girlfriend and then set her parents' house on fire, but everybody made it out safely.
Respect.
That's the part I like, right? As long as everybody got out safe.
You're weird about
Pretty cool
fires,
to burn
man.
down a house.
No, what?
Chipotle and Spirit of Halloween are launching a costume collection.
It's the buy one, get one free with the Halloween costume deal.
I don't know. Are people just going to dress up as burrito bowls, or what's happening here?
Can't you just use tin foil for dress up as
Crush a burrito bowl.
Those Spirit Halloweens, man, they really do just come out of nowhere. Like September 1st, they were already popping up.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Any abandoned building anywhere can be a Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
You know what I went into yesterday? I've never been into before.
Go on.
Uh-oh.
Five Below.
Dude, the best. The best.
And
I can't believe how much stuff they had.
They have a lot of stuff.
Dude, I just figured it was like a dollar store or something like that.
It's the super dollar store.
I can't believe it.
It's actually high quality stuff.
There was so much stuff in there I didn't expect.
I get t-shirts from there all the time.
They got t-shirts in there.
Yeah, like good ones too.
Yeah. I like it.
How
It's
much
the best.
did you spend, Hawk?
At the $5 store?
Yeah.
About $500.
So how many things did you get?
3.
Yeah.
I'm not good
He
at
said, I'll
math.
pay full price.
I said, this doesn't seem to really be $5.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I'm going to go there often now.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's my daughter. She likes this store, and I always try to convince her. Like she'll be like, "Let's go to Ulta Sephora." I'm like, "And Five Below, right? Daddy needs a break."
Butt fart.
all right, let's see if somebody can do the math and work backwards. Today would have been the birthday of Freddie Mercury. What year was Freddie Mercury born in? Let's see if we can figure this out. Would have been his birthday. Died in 1991. That's a little bit of maybe.
Would he have been
What year was he born? That's what I'm asking for.
1934.
67.
64?
68.
Chris, my guess is you have the best chance at this. What year was Freddie Mercury born?
59.
How about this? 1946.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, I should have known.
Wow. He's the best frontman of all time.
Say that to Scott Stapp's face. Happy birthday to Beetlejuice himself. Not that one. No, not that one. Not
Me?
the
I
Howard-
could cure
no.
cancer, yeah.
Michael Keaton,
LSTR.
whose real name is Michael Douglas, but there already was a Michael Douglas, so he's Michael Keaton. How old is Beetlejuice and Batman and the Vulture and everything else Michael Keaton has been?
74.
You're very close.
68.
69.
Beetlejuice is 73.
Who, me?
Not that one.
You could tell him he
bread.
was. He wouldn't. But
Yeah. So good.
The
Those
best
clips
ever.
you sent me yesterday, Sauce, were so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Beat, you play in the Super Bowl? Yeah, I play in the Super Bowl, yeah.
Last one for me. I just want to have Sauce's guess. We don't need to embarrass everybody else. Let's just embarrass Sauce. Sauce, best guess.
Okay. Fire away.
The outlaw, Jesse James, died in what year? Would have been his birthday today. Happy birthday, Jesse James.
1891.
That's not a bad guess. 1882.
Oh, really good guess.
Good go, Saucy. That's not that bad.
Look at you.
Look at you.
JJ.
Fantastic film, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, but it's about 9 hours long.
Yeah.
But it's really good. No.
He's JJ.
No, it is true. Really
Sorry.
good. Maxo, have you seen that?
No, I've not
very
had a
good.
chance to see that one yet. I really
good.
want to, though.
It is good, but it's long. Brad Pitt, Casey Affleck. It's very good. Sam Rockwell, I think, is in that movie as well.
Good to know.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Beetlejuice looking about $100 million, probably more than that this weekend, they're saying. There's
Really?
five theaters showing it tonight, I would guess.
They were showing it on Wednesday.
Were they really?
Yeah, they were showing it. They were showing it yesterday.
What is it? Still around 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, give or take,
It
right?
was this morning. It's
dropped.
Something like that.
78.
No,
Yeah.
Joker debuted with like 59.
Man, they're showing it all day today, starting at 3 p.m. over here across the street.
I didn't even know there was a new Beetlejuice.
What?
What?
That's on me.
What are you, Marnie?
I guess. Yeah.
You haven't seen the ads?
I haven't actually, which is weird because I watch more than enough TV.
Listen to this story. This is crazy. I know I said it like that.
How crazy is it?
Crazy.
It's crazy.
You
Why
sound
you
like a
wash your
baby
thing
daddy
inside?
on
It's like
Maury.
they're waiting for the response. How crazy is it?
An Alabama man has died after the hospital he went to removed the wrong organ.
That's the worst.
This is crazy.
Which organ did they remove?
It's Tracy Morgan. That's crazy.
Pensacola News
pretty
Journal
good
says
Tracy
70-year-old William Bryan from Muscle Shoals and his wife were visiting their condo in the Florida Panhandle last month when Bryan began feeling a sharp pain in his left side. He was admitted to a local hospital to have his spleen removed. Instead, the doctors removed his liver.
Oops. Classic mistake.
His family's lawyer says Bryan died of catastrophic blood loss. Called it one of the most egregious cases of medical malpractice that they'd ever dealt with.
They're getting all the money.
Yeah.
All of it.
How do you screw that up?
That's almost impossible.
Yeah.
They got to get that lawyer that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Who wants to be a millionaire for another $500 million?
I mean, the hospital's going to be named after him after that lawsuit.
There's so
Maybe he won't want that.
much money in medical malpractice. So much.
God.
And how about DeMar Hamlin getting the start for the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What a story that is, huh?
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Wow.
For him.
If you don't remember, of course, the player that went into cardiac arrest on the field during Monday Night Football last year in January. So it would have been not last season, but last January, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Starting football games
Incredible.
again.
Boy, that was a hell of a moment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still is.
The world just stopped.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Max, you're right, dude. I just looked it up. 60% Joker right now.
It's
Really?
Yeah, it's getting pretty savage so far.
The original was 69%. And again, the movie's okay.
Correct.
Just he's fantastic.
He's
Correct.
great, and so
This-
is Robert De Niro.
This one's a little worse even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Bill Belichick created an Instagram.
That's what I saw. I saw he's on Insta now.
Wow.
Slide in the
Does he
DMs.
show his slabs?
It's just thirst traps, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
Just
ass.
slabs.
His For You page looks exactly like mine.
What's on your For You page?
Nothing.
Yeah. Relax.
Slide on back and take a look at it.
Oh, here I come.
Is he still with that 22-year-old or whatever? My guess is that would have been news if they broke up. So is he still
Somebody
hanging out with that
somewhere's trying to
24, what is it, 24-year-old? Something like
I think
that.
so.
He's like 74, she's like 24.
Yeah, she
or
was
as,
young.
Or as Rosen calls it, perfect.
Yeah, he did say that. And then he said, Daddy's enjoying this.
Well, granddaddy's enjoying this.
As he rode his e-bike.
That's where we got the soundbite from. Ugh, that sounds so good.
Oh, my God.
Oof.
All right, Parker, you're an American treasure. I
You're
hope
one
you
of us,
get all
Parker.
the
Love you
NIL
guys.
money.
Love you
man.
guys.
Yeah, how could they reach out to you if they want to NIL the hell out of you?
Yeah, just all the socials. Hit me with I need that private jet on NIL.
Yeah.
That's the next one, Hawk. We can split it. We can ride private jets together into the sunset.
Yeah, if you want Parker to
Like-
play basketball for the University of Minnesota for the next 3 or 4 years, give him money.
Yeah.
Let's keep him around.
Yeah, let's do it.
know,
I could buy you all cars.
Tomorrow,
That'd be sweet.
semifinal number 2 of the Initials Invitational. Lawyer Lambert. That's
Let's
right.
go,
Lawyer
man.
Lambert,
Let's
Mike
go.
Grimm, Matt Minster, and Tommy Olson
Hell
square
yeah.
off. That's right. Those are semifinalists.
Wow.
One of them
Go, Tommy.
will advance to the finals tomorrow.
LL Cool Jeff. Let's go, buddy.
Man, can you imagine, Sauce, if your dad's in the finals?
That'd be great.
Can you imagine your dad's in a leather thong?
Can you imagine if your dad was dating a 24-year-old right
Imagine
now?
if your dad was dating a man who does radio with you.
He's dating a 53-year-old.
9 to noon is next.
You too, Abba Dabba. Love you.